Welcome back to the Custom Garage Build Series. As you can see, I'm not in my garage build normal decor. I'm in my yard work decor. We're out here in the sun. Obviously I got to wear a hat, keep my head from being scorched. But we're running about the last month. We haven't shot any videos on the garage because we are busy trying to get the yard done before it gets too hot to plant grass and sod. So I'm just going to review a little bit of what we've been up to. There's going to be some photos as well in between that we can post that show. But we started off out here with the ditch. We had a little bit of a problem with the water, and I'm not a fan of running a lawnmower down into the ditch to cut the grass. So I chose to rock it. As you can see, we used 3 different size rocks and brought that down the middle into the pipe, the culvert pipe. The bottom half's been in since last fall. We just finished up the 2 outside portions of it recently. So this over here is a French drain I put in because we had a problem with the neighbor's runoff from her gutters was dropping into this area right here, and it was flooding it. So we planned to put a planter bed in here, and I picked up a load of the stone yesterday, kind of like an edging stone that we're going to go ahead and build the border out here and around in a square, and then back over to the ditch itself, and we're going to put some plants in there. Over here you can see where my problem came in at, that guy right there. All the water was dumping from her gutters next door to me onto this low spot right here. Now it kind of follows. I'm going to extend this a little further up, and it follows this French drain pretty good all the way down. So that's what's going on this side of the yard. We've got a lot of the top prep work done. Obviously we got to go back in and trench for sprinkler system. This grass over here, we've left it in for now because we've got a puppy and she's got to have grass. So we left that little bit in there for now, but that'll come out and get sodded as well. But if we come over here, you can see on this side of the ditch, or I guess you'd call it a ditch, we've gone ahead and rocked the end of this. This came out pretty good. I was real happy with that. And then we can spray for weeds. There's cloth underneath it, but we can spray for weeds. They're going to come up no matter what. So this came out pretty good. Got down to here, and then after having 6 18-yard trucks of fill clay, or fill dirt as they call it, packing dirt, delivered to the backyard to build that up, the trucks punctured my pipe. Now I found out recently that that's a single wall pipe, I believe, yeah. And we should have went with a double or galvanized. So they collapsed the pipe. We're gonna have to pull that back out and start over. Then over here I got stuck with a trailer, cut my corner a little bit too sharp, and we buried it into the muck here. When it rains here, this clay turns into quicksand. So the driveway's pretty much wasted, and I knew it would be. This is a base. We're going to come back in here with another 18-20 yards of gravel, line the edges with some bigger rock to keep it contained, and then taper all this ground out here back down. We ended up with the propane tank in the wrong spot. We didn't want it there, but when they showed up, I didn't really have an ideal spot to put it because I really want it over here somewhere in the woods, which will require running about 100 feet of copper line underground, again, trenching. Rather than pay them to do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it and put the line in, and then they can move the tank. So back here, we have all these pine trees. They're going to go. These 3 here, these 3 here. These are what they call Virginia pines. They don't do very well. They're kind of a scraggly tree, but they grow pretty wild here. You can see how much of a taper we had here in the backyard. Just trying to build a yard up so we'll have more usable yard. I want to walk down here and show you, because there's a drain back here, runs off the mountain, and we get the water that run off from the mountain when it thaws in the spring and hard rainstorms. But give you an idea how much dirt I brought in here. There's a pretty good look at the pile here. It came up about 5-6 feet right here in the middle. And then you can see I'm starting to spread some topsoil above it. We've cleared out most of the trees in this area here where we're going to expand This is probably going to stay on this curve right here. I'm just going to let this curve around. We got to get some heavy rock to drop in here. They call it a rick wrap, R-A-P. And we'll drop that down the back of the hill here. That'll keep hopefully secure the packing dirt that we've got in here right now. I'm going to come up top and show you. I've been hauling 1.5 tons at a time. This is about all I can pull with my truck. In this trailer, I have a dump trailer. I rented a 5x8 dump trailer from Home Depot. And these are kind of the piles you get from each one. It's cost effective only because right now they're charging over $700 for a truckload of screen topsoil. I'm getting the soil for free. I'm having to drive 45 minutes each way to load. But I think all in all, it's going to be worth it in the end because this is some really good farm dirt. They raised cows and horses on this land for hundreds of years, and nobody's fertilized it or done anything to it. It's just some really good topsoil. So over here, I'm going to get rid of this scraggly pine tree here because it's got no back on it. And we got one more spin off of this oak right here that's going to come down. But you can see the yard ended probably right about here originally, and we've extended it all the way out to here. And then we've got, it's on the trailer already, I don't know, 270 feet. I got to bring this up to over here. About 270 feet of split rail fence. That's our corner marker for the property. There's kind of like an easement in between, I think, us and the neighbor behind us. But this is a half-acre lot. It seemed a shame not to be able to utilize part of it. And this is shaded over here to be a good place for the dog to run out and play. And then I'll show you real quick the stack of fencing we've got. It's a split rail, three rail they call it. It's made out of red cedar. I had to drive about 6 hours to get it. They don't sell it here in Tennessee, but I was able to get it on the edge of the Georgia-Tennessee border. This comes out of Canada. It's a red cedar, as you can see there in the trailer. So that's what's going to go in around the yard. I'm going to cut this off at this point, and I'm going to put on a headband, and I'll run a little bit of footage of me grading the yard, so you can see how I did it and what I used. I by no means am a professional. I'm a learn as you go, and that's where we're at right now. So stay tuned. Thank you. Okay, we're back. I wanted to point out, should be able to see it here. These are auger bits that come with the machine I rented. It's the reason I rented the Dingo is because the Dingo has two applications. You can move dirt with it, and you can also punch your holes for your fence poles. So, and it's a light machine. It's about 1,800 pounds, and it maneuvers around a lot of little things like the trees and that. We're going to go ahead and get started. We'll run a few minutes of this so you can kind of see what I'm up against. Stay tuned. Here we go. Get them as flat as I can, and then when we're done with that, we've got this other tool that works out pretty cool. I use it on my lawnmower, my zero steer, and it's this guy right here. We load it down with bricks and we drag that behind us, and it's like a big rake. It just levels out the ground. It works out real good for leveling some of this out after we'll get it close anyway. We're going to need some more dirt, obviously. I just been hauling about 7-8 loads, and then I bring the machine back, spread this out to see where we're at, and you can see we've got a little ways to go yet. This is about where we want to be right here in this middle section, but you can see how much more I'm going to have to backfill. So we're going to pause for now. We'll come back and show you some updates as we go. Appreciate you watching the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I know this is a little bit different application here, but you know, it's a nice break in the action. I'm running out of cooler weather here, so I don't have a choice but to get this sod in, and this back area is going to get hydro seeded. And it's a big area, so, and then that rat right there can run around out here instead of being cooped up in the house. That's Abby, by the way. She's 7 months old. We got a little shot of her. She's a golden retriever, and she's sassy. You gonna say hi to the camera? Say hi, Abby. Yeah. Is that Abby? Uh-huh. Okay, no. You come out next, okay? All right, we're out of this for now. We'll be back. Thank you. Okay, here we are at the site. You see here I've got the dump trailer hooked up. And this is the pile, first pile we've been attacking. First dog's got to get in the picture too. Anyway, there's that pile which has got a little bit of rubbish in it. There's another big pile back there full of good clean topsoil. And this is where it all came out of, was this pond. It's about 11 feet deep. It's still filling up, but that's the goal at the end, an 11-foot stock pond. So anyway, you can see how much of this pile I've taken away. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my forehead and show you a little bit of footage as I'm filling the trailer. Stay tuned. I thought I'd shoot a little bit of footage coming out of the subdivision we're here, I guess you'd call it. Kind of an interesting ride down the mountain. I thought it might look pretty cool to get this camera a little more stable. Kind of see what we're encountering going up and down with a load on the back. Kind of a shot of the lake. Swim platform down there on the beach. It's just electric motors on this lake. This guy thinks there might be enough room someday to make that sailboat go across the lake, but I'm not sure. It's only been out once. I think he had to be towed back. So, kind of a small joke there.